Good morning or good afternoon, everyone, depending on where in the world you are. My name is Magnus Parttrap. We will here today, together with Erik Burkhardt and Alison Woodward from FSIP, present the way of expectations of B2B buyers. We also have Martina Haskins from the EpiCenter joining the call later on. So this is in collaboration in between Parttrap, which is a partner of EpiCenter, and then we have FSIP, which is a current Epicor customer and also a customer of Parttrap and also to EpiCenter. So we will hear in between 40 to 45 minutes present how our customers could be even more digital, and that will be the presentation done by Erik and Alison from FSIP. So yes, with that said, Erik, I will then basically hand over to you. I will stop sharing my screen now. It makes it possible for you to join the session.
Okay, thanks, Magnus. Hello, everybody. This is Flight Systems. Just to give you guys a little bit of background before I really get into going through our website and some of the reasons why we ended up going with Parttrap. So Flight Systems went on to Epicor 10 in April of 2017. Kind of our phase one into Epicor 10, we wanted to need a solution to get e-commerce running. So we wanted to get into Epicor first, and then phase two of that project was to determine a solid e-commerce solution that met all of FSIP's needs. So with that said, we had the typical challenges here at Flight Systems as far as all orders that we handled at Flight came in via phone. It obviously required us to have many customer service reps handling that. All customers had to get updates from us pretty much verbally phone if they needed invoices or status of their order checks. So in Flight also really needed an e-commerce solution that would make us more digital. And we were also looking to get more into the global market to make us more worldwide. So when we chose Parttrap, we had really looked at many platforms for our e-commerce. Parttrap definitely met all the needs in the end. It was a pretty straightforward implementation. Everything was cloud-based. We were looking for a solution that didn't require us to have a programmer on staff to handle any changes to the website. And we really wanted to be able to manage it internally. Another nice bonus was there was no user license costs. Another driving factor for us was creating some type of customer portal so that we could direct customers to access any of their information online to eliminate the phone calls. We were looking for real-time data. That was another factor for us, was to make sure that we could really manage the website in one platform. So we pretty much everything that we do, other than obviously some of the graphic stuff on the website, is pulling everything straight out of our ERP system, so we can manage our customer price lists in there. We can manage everything, any parts that we want or don't want them to see in our Epicor system. And obviously, like I mentioned, we recognize the need of becoming more digital and bringing FSIP up to that platform to allow us not only to stay competitive on our market, but it also allowed us to become more global with our offerings. And another big thing for us was to utilize the analytics that we can get now from the website that can kind of teach us more about our customers' shopping patterns. And then from that, whenever we decided to go down that path with Parttrap, we started our implementation. We did go live and implement Parttrap in about a 4-month time frame. It was an extremely detailed roadmap that we used. Their project manager that worked with us was extremely helpful and experienced with the platform. Going with Parttrap did allow us to really customize the site the way we wanted it to be. We did build most of it ourselves. It was pretty simple using their studio platform. Flight Systems, when we launched, we were concerned that we have thousands of customers, not only in the United States. We were concerned with going with a full launch, just to make sure that everything was correct with the website. So we actually did a soft launch, which worked very well for us. Or we had a group of about 15 customers that we reached out to ahead of time, just to kind of do some testing for us, get some feedback from them on things they liked, things they didn't like, so we could modify the website before we did a solid go live with all of our customers. So that made it pretty seamless for us. Okay, I'm going to jump us out to the website. All right, so this is our home page at Flight Systems. So some of the things, just to give you a little bit of background on Flight Systems, we are an electronic manufacturer. We're also, the core of our business is remanufacturing. We also do electronic system design. So we're in a lot of different niche type markets. So that was another factor when we were looking for a solid e-commerce solution, was we were looking for a solution that could really meet all of our needs. As you can see here, and we'll get into this a little bit more as I start going through the site, but we do have a lot of different product offerings. Today we have about 9,000 parts on the store. Another nice thing about the website is all the different resources that we can get out there now. We still do have a corporate website, but we're starting to merge that over into this solution, so we can kind of just drive all of our customers into one spot. And then my account, this is more for the customer detail, and I'll talk about this a little bit later too, but this is where it allows the customers to jump into their portals and just view their specific customer. If they have favorite products and things like that, they can utilize that on the website as well. So on the website, you can see I am logged in as myself right now. I am an admin user. And I'm going to show you just a little bit in Parttrap Studio. So another nice thing is we can set up different roles for our customer bases. So for internal, you can see we have these different user roles assigned. So anybody that's administrative here at Flight Systems is considered a super user. We can log into any customer's account on the site. So if a customer calls with a pricing question, or maybe they are not seeing something correctly, we can log in as them on the website and see exactly what they're seeing. We also wanted to have the ability to, we do a lot of B2B sales, that is the core of it, but we also wanted to offer B2C, which for us to do that, we created what we call an anonymous user. And that's strictly for the B2C markets. They don't have to physically sign up an account with Flight Systems in order to buy from us. So they can surf the website as a guest, is what we call them. And we have a price book set up for them, and they can place the order, and they can just remain as a guest throughout the whole process. And then most of our users are set up as contracted customer buyers, so they can view items, they can put them in their cart, they can create favorites, and they're actually linked into our ERP system. They physically have an account in our ERP. So any particular settings as far as their payments, if they're net 30, all that flows right back out to the website, so they can see exactly everything we're seeing in the ERP system. We can also set up, if we have a particular customer that may have a handful of buyers at their location, we can set up specific accounts for them if for some reason they don't want them to be able to see prices, or they want their buyers to be able to maybe see prices and put stuff in the cart but not approve to buy items, and set up accounts like that. So there's a lot of different options in here that you can set up, test users, however you want for whatever your needs are. And you can also do the same thing over in the studio development. So studio is where you actually build the website. It's where all the data comes in. And I'll show you some more things. Actually, Allison will show you some more things in here later. But studio, again, has the same type of site-specific user roles that you can set up for people that are on your staff working in studio. Okay. So back on our home page, I'm going to just kind of walk you through. Flight Systems did do a couple enhancements that I'll point out as we get to them. So there were certain things, obviously, that we needed that might not be in the base software. So Parttrap worked real well to get us those customizations that we required. So as you'll see here, if I come into a product, again, you can see here, we have filters, so we can dive into a product type for our customers, and then you can see how many products we offer. So we have these filters that kind of bring it down into a product family, just to filter out all the other parts for a customer. And since we do offer manufactured parts that we build new, we also have remanufactured items. We took advantage of the ribbons they have in here to kind of tell the customer, hey, you're currently looking at a brand new part. A lot of our parts do require specific programming. So we are in the industrial market. A lot of these fit in electric vehicles, forklifts, pallet jacks, golf carts, and a lot of these are specific to that truck. So that's one of the customizations that I'll show you here in just a minute that we did. Anytime it says program required, we do require specific technical information from the customer. So we didn't want to have to reach out and call the customer after the order was placed. So we have pop-ups that I'll show you that actually pull that information right into our ERP for us. So on this page, we did turn off, you have a lot of options. This is called the product listing. We turned off the pricing on here only because we found some of our customers didn't realize that they weren't logged in at the time. So they were seeing list price on parts, and we didn't want to deter them from buying them. So we hid the pricing on this screen until they click on the product. And this way we could kind of warn them if I would log out, there's a text that pops up that warns the person that, hey, you might want to log in if you'd like to see your custom pricing. So in here, we have the flexibility, obviously, to add any text that we want. One of the customizations we did do is the similar products that you see up here, along with down here. So Parttrap does pull out of your system certain accessories and things like that that you tie into the specific product. But we wanted to have this suggested products that not only if the customer is coming in here and looking at new, you can see his price for this part is $715, but it also shows him other options. So if he'd like to send his particular part in to us to have it remanufactured, that would be his price. Or if he'd like to buy one off the shelf and not send his in, that would be his price for that. So it's very nice that we can give the customer that ability to give him a couple options, depending on what type of service he's looking for. And then we can also add in all the accessories that relate to that product that they can purchase. So this was huge for us because when a customer would call in to buy this product, we had to really train our customer service reps to know all these different accessories that can go along with purchasing that part. So by being able to utilize this functionality, it made it really easy to tie all this together, because all these accessories are tied in our ERP to that product up here that we're looking at. Another problem for us before the e-commerce is we have lots of technical manuals that help the customers understand the control they're buying, if they need wiring diagrams, just pretty much any basic information that relates back to that product that they're purchasing. It's nice that we can have everything out here on the website for them to click and download if they need it. And then in this industry, there is this particular part, there's 4 different industry cross-reference part numbers for this part that they're buying. So that's a big thing in the industrial side of it, is some of these parts can have up to 50 different cross-references. So we have all that built into our system, but now customers can come on our website and up here in the search, they can search any number they want and it'll tie it back right to the flight system's number. So it was problematic for us in the past because customers they didn't have that ability, or they wouldn't know that flight systems provided this Yale part, for instance, until we had the website running. So you can see here we have additional programming is required. That just gives the customer a heads up that they're going to need to get some information. If I add this product to my cart, so this was a customization we did that it pops up and asks them the specific questions that we're going to have. We have, I believe, 4 or 5 different types of these tied to different products, and the customer needs to enter his make, model, serial. We do not have these set as required. We did not want to deter the customer if he didn't know what his gear ratio was, for instance, on a for the golf cart motor. So when they push send, all this information here is going to come right into our ERP system, and it writes it into sales order entry so that our rep can see that information and pass that out to our technical team. So I'm going to go ahead and send and add that. And now I'm going to show you the rebuilt part. All right, so this is just it's a similar part to what I just showed you, but this is the remanufactured item. Again, it has the same type of format down here with the suggested products. If there was accessories that tied specific to this part number, it would show up. If there isn't any accessories, that tab just kind of hides itself. And you'll see if I add this one to the cart, we offer an extended warranty on our products. So this was another big seller for us, is being able to put that in front of the customer. So on any type of exchange, remanufactured item they purchase, and there's about 5,000 of those loaded on our store, this enhanced warranty is automatically tied to those products. So it automatically pops and asks the customer the question every time they buy. So if they would like to add the additional $20 enhanced warranty, which obviously enhances their warranty up to $100 of labor and time, they can go ahead and add that to the cart at this time. And now if I go to my cart, you can kind of see it right here before I click on it, this core charge. So any remanufactured item we sell, we do require a core charge on that part. So it's kind of like if you go to an Advanced Auto and buy a battery, they will hit you with a $20 core charge till you return the battery to them. So this was another customization that Parttrap did for us so that we could automatically add that during checkout and show it to the customer so that they could see it and be aware of what it is. And then you can see it here, it adds this plus sign. If they click on that, it shows them that's what the $600 core charge is going to be. Okay, so I'm going to go back. So now I think what we're going to do is I'll go back and show you, Allison's going to show you some about our customer portals and how they can utilize that functionality.
Thank you, Eric. So as long as we are logged in as a super user, we have the ability to search for a particular customer, any customer that we have in our ERP, and we can view everything on the website as if we were that customer. So if they're having a particular issue, we can see what they're looking at. The customer also has the ability to view their past orders, their past invoices. They can also look at their favorite products and any shopping lists that they might have. They can also go in and edit some of their account details while they're in there.
So this was nice for the customer too, because they could come in and you can see these are open orders that we have actively right now for this customer. They can click and see their closed orders. They can select the order and choose to print it if they'd like to. Like Allison was stated, they can do the same thing on their invoice side. So they can reprint invoices if they need them. They can see what invoices are still open that they owe on versus their closed invoices.
Now I'd like to take a look at a feature that Parttrap offers called Virtual Product that we're currently using for a product that we offer called the Charge Plus.
So that's under battery charges.
So as you can see, we have one virtual part number. This is not a real part number in our ERP system, but it's just sort of a fake part number that's created in Parttrap to house, as you can see, 33 products over on the right where it says Show Filtered Products. So if we click on the Charge Plus, it will take us to the virtual product page. And the nice thing about that is that you can change the layout from the regular product detail page that we would use for a normal product. So on our virtual product pages, we have product videos instead of the product photo carousel. And then if you look below, you'll see all of the connected products that fall under this virtual product part number. So we also have the ability to add 2 filters to each of these products. That way, if the customer isn't sure exactly which part number they need, they can narrow it down by voltage or cart. So you can see these are all of the 24-volt Charge Plus options that we have available. And on this page, we also have a button that you'll see that says Request Marketing Kit Form. So that'll pop up the form that a customer can request a specialized, a customized marketing kit for our Charge Plus that will help them sell that. And this type of form is actually created on Wufoo, and then we can embed that into a pop-up page that is connected to that button.
Yeah, that one.
So similar to a virtual product, we have what is called inquiry products. And so if we look at our extender battery regenerator, this is a specific kind of machine that requires a lot of information from the customer. So this isn't something that we want to sell directly on the internet, but if a customer wanted more information about the product, they can go to this inquiry product page, which is similar to a virtual product page in that you can set it up exactly how you want it to be. So for inquiry products, we hide all of the pricing. That way the customer can't see it. But we do show the technical manuals and suggested products. That's an option that you are welcome to hide. And then we do have a form that will allow you to contact the specialist. So the customer can fill this out if they would like more information about the extender. And setting up our extender battery regenerator requires the customer to download special software. So we have the ability to upload the software just as we would any other document type. It's very easy. Normally we would upload a PDF if it were a technical document, but it's the same exact process for our software. So we can upload it to Parttrap Studio, put it on the product on this page, and then the customer is able to download it and save it to their computer. So we're able to save costs in that way. We don't have to send anything via mail to our customers. And then if we go back to Studio, I'll show you another feature called Promotion.
Oops.
And we've utilized this for several different types of promotions. that we do periodically, as you can see. So if we want to take a look at one of our promotions, do basic.
Good.
So under the main tab is where you'll be able to determine what type of promotion you're doing, whether it's a product promotion or an order promotion. So the product promotion would either be $1 off of a specific product or group of products or percentage off, and the order promotion would be $1 or percentage off of that entire order. And you have the ability to give it a description. You can require that the customer enter a promotional code if you choose. You can activate it by clicking the active box at any time. And then under max usage count, you have the ability to determine how many times the promotion can be used in all. So if you only wanted to give out 50 promotions total, you could put 50 next to promotion. If you wanted each user to have a limited amount of times they were able to use the promotion, you could put that next to the user. And then if you wanted a customer to have a limited amount of times they could use it, you could put that there. And then if we go to the target groups tab, this is where you would specify which user group that you would want to have the ability to see this promotion. So we typically offer our promotions to our B2B customers or customers who have usernames already. So if they're logged in, they'll be able to see this promotion. So you can see we have contracted customer buyers as a target group for this one. And then if we look at products, this is where you have the ability to determine which products that you want attached to this promotion. So you can set up a condition and tell the promotion that it should pull one product SKU or multiple. And then this is also where you would determine whether or not it is a fixed price dollar amount off or if it's a percentage off. And then you can preview the promotion before you're ready to activate it. And then if we go back to our presentation, as Eric mentioned, we are in the process of transferring our corporate website information over to our online store so that our customers have one website to go to. So this includes moving over all of our team member photos, all of our policies, detailed information about our partnerships, testimonials from our customers. Anyone has the ability to fill out job applications on our online store. We'll go into detail about all the different services that we offer. We also had another website specifically for the extender battery regenerator, which was batteryrestoration.biz. And that is now fully redirected to our online store. So all of our extender information is now there. And then as Eric mentioned, we have a lot of resources available that we've now integrated with our online store. So you can access our blog, any of the forums that you might need. You can watch, there's a videos page that has a lot of our videos also available on YouTube. We have previous webinars. You can go through digital versions of our product overviews. You can access technical documentation for a lot of the parts that we have on the store. And then there's also a tech support forum. And then the final process of that will just be redirecting pages from our corporate site to the online store so that our strong SEO ranking from our corporate site will be transferred to our online store, and we won't lose any of that in the process. And then finally, I'll talk a little bit about how we use Google Analytics to track the progress of the development of our store. So we have Google Analytics set up to monitor our online store, and that gives us the ability to report on audience information, meaning the number of users that we have visit the store, the number of new users, how frequently they're doing that, when was the last time they visited, their engagement, their bounce rate, what pages have higher bounce rates than others, demographics about our customers. We're able to see their age ranges, their locations, their interests, and things of that nature. We're also able to see how we're acquiring these users. So we're able to see the source or medium, if it was a referral from another website, which is important, if it was, if they were acquired through a campaign. So we're able to see the success of a lot of our email campaigns, if customers were directed to a specific page from an email campaign, and also if that created a conversion. So if a customer clicked through an email campaign onto a product detail page and then purchased that product, it'll show us that as well. And then also behavior of these users on the store. So specific page performance, detailed information about that. So we're able to see if there's anything that we need to change about a specific page, or if our changes were successful. We're able to see everything that customers type into our site search. So that will help us determine if we're missing cross-reference information, or if there are other products that are similar to ours that we don't have that we should be offering online. There's also a feature called event tracking. So you can set that up for a specific action. If you wanted to see how many people were clicking through a banner on your home page, you could set up an event for that and track how frequently and how recently someone clicked on your banner. And then lastly, you're also able to track your conversion. You're able to see customer-specific shopping behavior, your overall sales performance, and product performance. So that will track how many times the product was ordered, what price the product was ordered at, which is important. So if we see a product was ordered at a specific price, that might give us a hint as to what customer group is ordering that product. And then our top performers we're also able to easily track from Google Analytics. So I'm going to hand it back to Eric now, and he will give you some closing remarks as to our successes.
Well, yeah, as I said at the beginning, we went live with Parttrap in March of 2018. Allison and her team are constantly upgrading, adding new things to the website based on our customer needs. But internally, we've seen a dramatic decline in customer phone inquiries looking for invoices, like I had said, and order statuses. But as far as our customer, it really allowed us to streamline and simplify the ordering process for them. We got a lot of positive feedback on that, a lot of feedback on just having the product information ready for the customers. They used to have to call in, and we'd have to email or mail documentation to them, where now they can just, in a couple of clicks, get it without even having to call us. And so far this year, we've seen about a 37% increase to our online sales just this year alone. So it's continuing to grow for us. It's been a very successful platform for flight systems, and it's definitely allowed us to make our company a little bit more digital and kind of reach out to other global customers that we previously could not. So I think that's pretty much what we had, Magnus. If you want me to switch the screen back to you.
Yeah, you can actually leave it that way. There has come a couple of questions through your session here.
Okay.
And one of them was that when you launched your e-commerce site, did you sort of launch it to the whole customer base at once, or did you sort of gradually launch it to different customers?
Yeah, so we launched it in early March, and we picked a select group of customers. It was pretty much about our top 15 customer base. So we gave them accounts. We prepared them ahead of time just to let them know that what we were looking for, what kind of feedback we were looking for. And we launched it for about a week or two with just those customers shopping, placing orders. A lot of it was our customers that were calling. We have a lot of customers that call daily to buy parts. So we more entailed it around them because we knew they had daily shopping needs. And they gave us a lot of good feedback. You know, throughout those 2 weeks, we made quite a bit of changes just to make their experience a little bit better and make it easier for them to find the information that they needed. And then after that 2-week period, we did a full launch. We sent out notifications. You know, we advertised to all the customers ahead of time that, you know, Flight Systems is coming out with a new e-commerce site, and then we launched it to everybody at that point. So it was about a 2-week time frame that we ran with just a select few customers on the web.
Yeah. Do the customers that placing the orders via the shop, do they get any type of special incentive for doing that, or is it just the straightforward normal pricing they will receive?
You know, we talked about that as a promotion when we went live. We never really needed to, but it's definitely something that as a business here, we discuss that, trying to push customers to utilize the web. It actually came pretty natural. Most of our customers wanted that option. So we really didn't see the need, but it's definitely something we considered.
Right, yeah. And then there's one last question here before we sort of round it all up. The question is about how you maintain your product data. Do you maintain the product data via Epicor that you have on your web, or do you maintain the product data via your platform studio?
So I'd say probably 90% of the data we maintain in our ERP Epicor system. The other percentage that we do in Studio would be a lot of the graphics that you see on the screen. If marketing decides to do a promotion, they do that in Studio. When we sign up a new customer account, we obviously do that in Studio. But we also, in Epicor, we do keep track of those e-commerce customers. We have a checkbox in the ERP system so we can see that. But a lot of the customer account setup is done in Studio, and obviously some of the pictures and things like that are stored in Studio.
Yeah. All right, so basically the time has basically come to an end here. And once again, Eric and Alison from FSIP, thanks a lot for taking the time to share your experience with some audience here. And if any further questions or thoughts from the audience, please reach out to either myself, Magnus, Alison, Martina, or Eric at FSIP. So with that said, once again, thanks all of you, and bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.